Welcome back to Stooge Stream for another episode. I am your host, the Stooge, and it's video games pickup time. I've got not a huge lot, but an interesting mix to go through. So let's kick it off with a PSP game. I love my PSP. I buy a lot of PSP games, or at least the ones that I don't have now because I have a lot of PSP games. You always find something new and interesting on that system, and that's what I found. Gunjan Explorer. I've heard good things about this. I looked up a couple of reviews. It said that it's fun, it's a great sort of dungeon crawling RPG, and some of the features on the back: randomly generated dungeons, character customization, 45 potential party members, multiple storylines. There's just all sorts of stuff going on there, and I'm looking forward to digging into that. Let's jump forward a little bit to something a little bit more modern. So this cost me $17.25 or something. Space Hulk Ascension for the PS4. Admittedly, I have not tried this yet, but it does look fun. We will give it a go. One of the Warhammer 40k games, I believe, possibly. I don't know. Another PS4 game that I am currently playing and having a really good time with, though it's extremely difficult. This is what would happen if Dark Souls became a platformer almost 2D platformer. It's in the 16-bit style. Great game, and I believe it is downloadable. It's Slain Back from Hell. Now this plays very much like an old school Castlevania game, not a Metroidvania game, a Castlevania game that has set levels with bosses at the end and you move on to the next level. It's extremely hard. Well, the first level's quite easy, but the rest of it is quite difficult. You've got to learn enemy patterns, you've got to learn how they move, when to block, when to dodge. There's traps that you can just walk over, so you've got to learn what traps look like so you don't forget for future and so forth. There's a lot going on in this game, and if you like difficult 2D platformers, then you'll probably really enjoy this. Next up, and the last little lot that I've got here, you may have remembered recently that I picked up a Game Gear, so I've been grabbing games for it. I've got a whole lot more coming over the next couple of weeks, but in the meantime, these have arrived, starting with The Jungle Book. Not too bad. It's a platformer. It looks really nice. I haven't really put a lot of time into it yet, but I'll be going back to it. Batman Returns. Again, so far has been pretty fun. I've enjoyed it. I've only played a level of it, or 2 levels of it. Looks like it's going to work out pretty good. One that unfortunately isn't good, if it'll pop open. The Terminator. Just not a great game, unfortunately. Yeah, I might be missing something. I will go back and check it out again, but so far, yeah. A real shock. This is what I thought was going to be the worst out of the lot, and turned out it's actually pretty fun. It's not brilliant, but it's fun. Terminator 2, the arcade game. Now, you might be thinking that this is a light gun shooter. On every other platform it is, except for this, where it's still an on-rail shooter, but you use the controls. It kind of works, and it's really fun. And last but not least, this is actually a really fun game, especially on the Game Gear on a smaller platform. Robocop vs. Terminator. It's a platformer. It isn't easy, but it is a lot of fun. And the cool thing is, I'll just open this. They all came with their books. Not that I really care about this type of stuff, to be honest. So Slain cost me $20. Space Hulk Ascension $17.25. Dungeon Explorer was $12.95. And this lot of Game Gear games is $30. That's all Australian. So if you're in the US, take about 30% off that. If they're in the UK, it's about 40. If you're in Canada, it's about the same as us. If you're anywhere else, you can work out the conversions yourself. What have you been picking up recently? Let me know in the comments below. I always like finding out what other people are grabbing. Is there any Game Gear gems that I should have? I've got Land of Illusion, Castle of Illusion, a bunch of other games. I had Shinobi 1 on the way. So what else am I missing? So let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching as always. Adventure, excitement. Stooge craves not these things. Welcome to the Stooge Revolution.